2026 Missouri DMV Knowledge Test Class B Test 150 Questions and Complete Answers. Question 1. The tire load. Option A, can be exceeded in cooler conditions. Option B, is the maximum safe weight a tire can carry at a given pressure. Option C, must be written in the shipping papers. The correct answer is option B. Is the maximum safe weight a tire can carry at a given pressure. Explanation. Tire load is the maximum weight a tire can safely carry at a given pressure. This rating is stated on the side of each tire. Question 2. When slowing down, you should blank to warn other drivers. Option A, use a turn signal. Option B, sound your horn. Option C, tap your brakes. The correct answer is option C. Tap your brakes. Explanation. Before slowing down, it can be a good idea to lightly tap your brakes. This will cause your brake lights to flash, providing a warning to motorists behind you. Question 3. Which gas would cause concern due to a faulty exhaust system? Option A, oxygen. Option B, carbon monoxide. Option C, nitrogen. The correct answer is option B, carbon monoxide. Explanation. A leaking exhaust system can introduce carbon monoxide, which is poisonous, into the cab or sleeper berth. Question 4. When passing another vehicle, you should. Option A, make eye contact with the other driver. Option B, assume the other driver doesn't see you. Option C, slow down. The correct answer is option B. Assume the other driver doesn't see you. Explanation. Whenever you pass another driver, bicyclist, or pedestrian, you should assume as a precaution that they do not see you. Question 5. What is road rage? Option A, operating a motor vehicle with the intent of doing harm to others. Option B, operating a motor vehicle that has not been inspected. Option C, operating a motor vehicle that is deemed unsafe. The correct answer is option A, operating a motor vehicle with the intent of doing harm to others. Explanation. Aggressive driving is defined as operating a motor vehicle in a selfish, bold, or pushing manner. Road rage is defined as operating a motor vehicle with the intent of doing harm to others, or the intent of physically assaulting another driver or their vehicle. Question 6. How does doubling your speed from 20 miles per hour to 40 miles per hour affect your vehicle's braking distance? Option A, it stays about the same. Option B, it doubles. Option C, it quadruples. The correct answer is option C. It quadruples. Explanation. Increasing your vehicle's speed will increase your vehicle's striking power and braking distance. Doubling your vehicle's speed from 20 to 40 miles per hour will quadruple its braking distance. Question 7. Your CDL will be revoked if. Option A, you want to add an endorsement. Option B, your privilege to operate your personal vehicle is revoked. Option C, you have not paid a toll. The correct answer is option B. Your privilege to operate your personal vehicle is revoked. Explanation. If your privilege to operate your personal vehicle is revoked, cancelled, or suspended due to moving traffic violations, you will also lose your CDL. This does not apply if your license is revoked due to parking violations. Question 8. Blank is a thin layer of ice that forms on road surfaces. Option A, white ice. Option B, black ice. Option C, green ice. The correct answer is option B, black ice. Explanation. Black ice is a thin layer of ice that is clear enough for the road surface to be seen through it. A road covered in black ice may look like it is merely wet instead of icy. Always be on the lookout for black ice if a road surface looks wet and temperatures are around the freezing mark. Question 9. If a load is 40 feet long, it should be secured by at least blank tie-downs. Option A, 2. Option B, 3. Option C, 4. The correct answer is option C, 4. Explanation. Cargo should be restrained by at least one tie-down for every 10 feet of cargo. However, all cargo should have at least 2 tie-downs, no matter the size of the cargo. Question 10. One way to prevent fatigue on long trips is to: Option A, take frequent breaks. Option B, text while driving. Option C, drink caffeine. The correct answer is option A, take frequent breaks. Explanation. To avoid becoming fatigued on a long trip, you should take a break after every 100 miles or 2 hours of driving. Driving through the night, or during any other time when you would normally be asleep, raises the danger of fatigue. Question 11. When approaching a vehicle for a pre-trip inspection, a driver should look under the vehicle. Option A, to see if the vehicle is on an incline. Option B, to see if there are any fresh fluids on the ground. Option C, to see if the vehicle is in a parking spot. The correct answer is option B, to see if there are any fresh fluids on the ground. Explanation. When approaching your vehicle before an inspection, make note of its general condition and ensure that it is not damaged or leaning. Look under the vehicle for fresh leaks of oil, grease, or fuel. Check around the vehicle for hazards to movement, such as people, other vehicles, or low-hanging wires or tree limbs. Question 12. Oversized loads. Option A, can never be transported by truck. Option B, should only be transported during the day. Option C, should receive proper authorization to ensure compliance with state and local laws. The correct answer is option C, should receive proper authorization to ensure compliance with state and local laws. Explanation. Special permits are required for loads that are oversize, overlength, or overweight. Question 13. By beginning a left turn before reaching the center of an intersection, you, Option A, will likely complete the turn satisfactorily. Option B, may hit other vehicles with the left side of your vehicle. Option C, can expect other drivers to move their vehicles to accommodate your turn. The correct answer is option B, may hit other vehicles with the left side of your vehicle. Explanation. When planning to turn left at an intersection, make sure you have reached the center of the intersection before beginning the turn. If you turn too soon, off-tracking may cause the left side of your vehicle to hit another vehicle. Question 14. If you are confronted by an aggressive driver, you should: Option A, make eye contact. Option B, ignore their gestures. Option C, try to race. The correct answer is option B, ignore their gestures. Explanation. If you encounter an aggressive driver, you should not let yourself be provoked by any angry gestures they make toward you. Avoid making eye contact with the other driver and do not try to race them. Question 15. On any upgrade, gravity will: Option A, speed your vehicle up. Option B, slow your vehicle down. Option C, not impact your speed. The correct answer is option B, slow your vehicle down. Explanation. A vehicle will be slowed down by gravity on any uphill grade. You may need to switch to a lower gear to climb a steep grade. Question 16. Items on a flatbed. Option A, are usually heavy enough to not need to be strapped down. Option B, should not be strapped down if you are driving more slowly than 35 miles per hour. Option C, must always be secured. The correct answer is option C. Must always be secured. Explanation. On flatbed trailers and trailers without sides, cargo must be tied down to prevent it from shifting or falling off in transit. Question 17. If convicted of any traffic violations, excluding parking violations, you must: Option A. Notify your employer within 30 days. Option B. Place a sign on the back of your vehicle noting the conviction. Option C. Forfeit your CDL for 6 months. The correct answer is option A. Notify your employer within 30 days. Explanation. If you are convicted of any kind of traffic violation, in any type of vehicle, you must notify your employer within 30 days. You must also inform your motor vehicle licensing agency of the violation within 30 days if the conviction happened in another jurisdiction. This rule does not apply to parking infractions. Question 18. To ensure normal stopping power, drivers of vehicles equipped with a front brake limiting valve should: Option A. Set the control to normal. Option B. Set the control to the off position. Option C. Set the control to the neutral position. The correct answer is option A. Set the control to normal. Explanation. Some older vehicles have front brake limiting valves with normal and slippery settings. Setting a brake limiting valve to slippery reduces the vehicle's stopping power, so a driver should make sure the valve is in its normal position. Front wheel braking has proven to be effective in all driving conditions. Question 19. When a vehicle is started, the coolant temperature should: Option A. Decrease. Option B. Rise slowly. Option C. Jump quickly. The correct answer is option B. Rise slowly. Explanation. After an engine is started, the coolant temperature should rise gradually to a normal operating range. Question 20. When taking the on-road driving skills test: Option A. You do not have to take the test with the type of vehicle for which you want to be licensed. Option B. You must take the test with the type of vehicle for which you want to be licensed. Option C. It does not matter which type of vehicle you use to take the test. The correct answer is option B. You must take the test with the type of vehicle for which you want to be licensed. Explanation. CDL skills tests, including the on-road test, must be taken with the type of vehicle for which you want to be licensed. Question 21. If a vehicle is accompanied by a vehicle inspection report: Option A. The driver should first inspect the vehicle, then compare their notes with the report. Option B. The driver should first look at the report when completing an inspection. Option C. The driver should not conduct a pre-trip inspection and should rely only on the report. The correct answer is option B. The driver should first look at the report when completing an inspection. Explanation. As the first step of a vehicle inspection, a driver should review any inspection report left by the previous driver. Question 22. A stopped bus: Option A. Is not a cause for concern since it is stopped. Option B. Is only a concern if passengers are exiting the bus. Option C. Is a concern whether or not passengers are visible. The correct answer is option C. Is a concern whether or not passengers are visible. Explanation. You should always exercise caution when driving near a stopped bus. There could be passengers in the vicinity and the bus may either prevent them from seeing you or you from seeing them. Question 23. The two indicators that determine when you should upshift are: Option A. Engine speed and road speed. Option B. Other trucks and driving conditions. Option C. Timing and road position. The correct answer is option A. Engine speed and road speed. Explanation. There are two indicators that determine when you need to shift into a higher gear. One indicator is the engine speed RPM. You should read your vehicle's manual to learn its RPM range and shift up when you reach the top of that range. The other indicator is road speed mph. You should learn which speeds each gear can accommodate, then keep an eye on the speedometer and shift up as needed. Question 24. If you plan to slow down, you can warn drivers behind you by Option A, slamming on the brakes. Option B, tapping the brakes a few times and before braking. Option C, turning on one set of turn signals. The correct answer is option B. Tapping the brakes a few times and before braking. Explanation. Before slowing down, it is a good idea to flash your brake lights by lightly tapping your brake pedal a few times. This will warn drivers behind you of your plans to slow down. Question 25. Aggressive driving is Option A, operating a vehicle in a selfish or pushy manner. Option B, operating a vehicle with a strong regard for other motorists' safety. Option C, operating a vehicle in the left lane. The correct answer is option A, operating a vehicle in a selfish or pushy manner. Explanation. Aggressive driving is the act of operating a motor vehicle in a selfish, bold, or pushy manner and without regard for the rights or safety of other road users. Question 26. If you are driving in fog, you should not. Option A, turn on the four-way flashers. Option B, slow down. Option C, use your high beam lights. The correct answer is option C. Use your high beam lights. Explanation. If you must drive in fog, be sure to slow down. Turn on your flashers and low beam headlights. Question 27. Talking on a hands-free phone while driving. Option A, does not distract the driver. Option B, only distracts the driver if the driver is speaking. Option C, can be distracting to the driver. The correct answer is option C. Can be distracting to the driver. Explanation. While speaking on a hands-free phone while driving is less dangerous than speaking on a handheld phone, it is just as likely to mentally distract a driver. Simply engaging in conversation takes their mental focus away from the task of driving. Question 28. When inspecting the windshield before a trip, a person should do all the following, except Option A, remove and sharpen the wiper blades. Option B, check the windshield wipers for proper spring tension. Option C, check the wiper blades for damage. The correct answer is option A. Remove and sharpen the wiper blades. Explanation. When inspecting your windshield, you should look for cracks or other problems that could interfere with your ability to clearly see the road. The windshield wiper arms should be checked for proper spring tension. The wiper blades should be checked for damage, stiff rubber, and improper securement. Question 29. Steering wheel play should be no more than Option A, 10 degrees. Option B, 50 degrees. Option C, 75 degrees. The correct answer is option A, 10 degrees. Explanation. A steering wheel should have no more than 10 degrees of play. This is equal to about 2 inches of movement at the rim of a 20-inch wheel. If there is more play than this, it may be difficult to steer. Question 30. During a pre-trip inspection, belts should be Option A, left alone and not inspected. Option B, checked for tightness. Option C, inspected, but only about once a month. The correct answer is option B. Checked for tightness. Explanation. When inspecting your vehicle, you should check all belts for tightness and excessive wear. Question 31. During a pre-trip inspection, belts should be Option A, loosened. Option B, checked for tightness. Option C, scrubbed clean. The correct answer is option B. Checked for tightness. Explanation. When inspecting your vehicle, you should check all belts for tightness and excessive wear. You should learn how much give is appropriate for each belt. Question 32. As the driver of a truck carrying a load, you are responsible for all of the following, except option A, inspecting the cargo. Option B, recognizing poorly balanced weight. Option C, knowing the phone numbers of all fire departments along your intended route of travel. The correct answer is option C. Knowing the phone numbers of all fire departments along your intended route of travel. Explanation. It is the driver's responsibility to inspect their cargo, recognize overloading or poorly balanced weight, know that the cargo is properly secured and does not obscure the driver's view, and know that the cargo does not restrict access to emergency equipment. The driver is responsible for their cargo even if they were not the one who initially loaded and secured the cargo. Question 33. What can happen if the air pressure gets too low in an air brake system? Option A, the brakes may squeak. Option B, the brakes may stop working. Option C, the brakes may be sluggish. The correct answer is option B. The brakes may stop working. Explanation. Pressing and releasing the brake pedal unnecessarily can let air out of the braking system faster than the compressor can replace it. Air brakes may cease to work effectively if the pressure becomes too low. Question 34. Water that has collected on a roadway can cause option A, hydroplaning. Option B, acceleration. Option C, stopping. The correct answer is option A, hydroplaning. Explanation. The risk of hydroplaning begins when water has collected on the surface of a road. Question 35. Rims with welding repairs. Option A, are not safe to be used. Option B, are acceptable on combination vehicles. Option C, are acceptable only when traveling at speeds under 40 miles per hour. The correct answer is option A, are not safe to be used. Explanation. Wheels or rims that have had welding repairs are never safe for use. Question 36. When should you slow for a curve? Option A, before entering the curve. Option B, while in the curve. Option C, after the curve. The correct answer is option A, before entering the curve. Explanation. You should always slow to a safe speed before entering a curve. Slowing while within the curve could cause a skid. Question 37. When driving, your mirrors should option A, not be used, as they are distracting. Option B, not be used unless there is traffic. Option C, be checked regularly. The correct answer is option C, be checked regularly. Explanation. It is important for you to be aware of your surroundings at all times. To do this, regularly check your mirrors. Question 38. What is the minimum number of tie-downs required to secure a 10-foot piece of cargo? Option A, 1. Option B, 2. Option C, 3. The correct answer is option B, 2. Explanation. On flatbed trailers and trailers without sides, cargo must be tied down. There should be at least one tie-down for every 10 feet of cargo. Regardless of the size of the cargo, at least 2 tie-downs must be used. Question 39. When making a left turn, you should start the turn. Option A, before reaching the center of the intersection. Option B, no sooner than the center of the intersection. Option C, after your rear wheels have passed the center of the intersection. The correct answer is option B, no sooner than the center of the intersection. Explanation. When making a left turn, You should wait until you reach the center of the intersection before actually beginning to turn. Due to off-tracking, the left side of your vehicle could hit another driver if you begin turning too early. Question 40. One way to avoid becoming an aggressive driver is to: Option A, talk on your cell phone while driving. Option B, question others' driving abilities. Option C, set realistic expectations regarding travel time. The correct answer is option C. Set realistic expectations regarding travel time. Explanation. To help avoid frustration, which can lead to aggressive driving behavior, you should begin a trip with realistic expectations about your travel time. Plan ahead to allow time for potential traffic delays. Other strategies to help prevent aggressive driving behavior include driving in appropriate speed and keeping a reasonable following distance, avoiding making gestures at other drivers, and keeping your hands on the steering wheel. Question 41. Emergency equipment, such as fire extinguishers, are: Option A, only needed in vehicles transporting hazardous materials. Option B, only needed for interstate travel. Option C, required in all commercial motor vehicles. The correct answer is option C. Required in all commercial motor vehicles. Explanation. All commercial motor vehicles must carry appropriate emergency equipment, including fire extinguishers. Question 42. Maintaining a cushion of space between your vehicle and the vehicle ahead is: Option A, not encouraged, as it slows the flow of traffic. Option B, encouraged, as it allows you time to react to unexpected hazards. Option C, only encouraged if you are traveling with a passenger. The correct answer is option B. Encouraged, as it allows you time to react to unexpected hazards. Explanation. For safe driving, it is essential that you maintain cushions of space on all sides of your vehicle. This helps to ensure that you will have time to take appropriate action if a problem arises. Question 43. You're especially likely to encounter strong winds when: Option A, coming out of tunnels. Option B, going into tunnels. Option C, driving on shoulders. The correct answer is option A, coming out of tunnels. Explanation. Strong winds can make it difficult to keep a vehicle in its proper lane. Strong wind can be a particular problem when a vehicle is being driven out of a tunnel. Question 44. When leaving your vehicle: Option A, the air brakes should be applied. Option B, the parking brakes should be applied. Option C, brakes should not be applied if the vehicle is left out of gear. The correct answer is option B. The parking brakes should be applied. Explanation. Parking brakes should be used whenever you park. If necessary, chock your wheels. Question 45. When using a fire extinguisher on a fire, you should: Option A, get as close to the fire as possible. Option B, stand as far away from the fire as possible. Option C, aim the extinguisher at the top of the fire. The correct answer is option B. Stand as far away from the fire as possible. Explanation. When using a fire extinguisher, you should stand as far away from the fire as possible. Aim the extinguisher at the base of the fire, not at the flames. If you are not sure which kind of extinguisher should be used on a fire, particularly a hazardous materials fire, you should wait for the firefighters to arrive and allow them to extinguish it. Question 46. Compared to talking on a cell phone while driving, texting while driving is: Option A, much safer. Option B, just as safe. Option C, more dangerous. The correct answer is option C, more dangerous. Explanation. Texting while driving is even more dangerous than speaking on a phone while driving. In addition to being mentally distracting, texting is also physically distracting. Question 47. To avoid a collision with a hazard on the roadway. Option A. You should always try to stop. Option B. Swerving may be a safer option than stopping. Option C. You should never swerve. The correct answer is option B. Swerving may be a safer option than stopping. Explanation. Swerving out of the way of a hazard is sometimes safer than trying to stop before reaching the hazard. You can usually turn away from something more quickly than you can come to a complete stop. Question 48. When driving, being aware of what is happening behind you is option A, not important. Option B, important. Option C, distracting. The correct answer is option B, important. Explanation. When driving, it is important to be aware of what is happening behind and to the sides of your vehicle. Mirror checks and head checks should be a normal part of your scanning routine. Question 49. Headache racks. Option A, are illegal. Option B, help protect the driver from the cargo. Option C, allow for increased cargo space. The correct answer is option B. Help protect the driver from the cargo. Explanation. Front-end header boards, also known as headache racks, protect the driver from cargo moving in the event of a crash or emergency stop. Question 50. When applying for a hazardous materials endorsement, being found guilty of which of the following is a disqualifying offense? Option A, arson. Option B, speeding. Option C, littering. The correct answer is option A, arson. Explanation. Amongst other crimes, a felony conviction for arson will disqualify a person from obtaining, renewing, or transferring a hazardous materials endorsement.